All right. In major news, Bungie was acquired by Sony for $3.6 billion, which, as you can tell by our thumbnail, feels like chump change compared to the $69 billion fucking Microsoft spent on
Activision Blizzard.
On Activision
But
Blizzard,
for what
right?
they bought, it seems like they overpaid.
Right? both of them. Any thoughts on Bungie?
Not really.
Because I am a totally real gamer, give me some feedback on what games Bungie makes.
Halo. That's literally their claim to fame. And
Halo, and that's it.
Hold on.
And then Destiny came out, which was what?
But you're saying Halo. They don't own Halo.
I know. He's saying, what did Bungie do? What did Bungie make?
Okay. Sony, but I just want to make clear, Sony did not buy Halo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny.
Exactly. So that's why the question is, who cares?
They're small.
It's again why I said no comment.
Bungie is known for making Halo, but they do not own Halo. Microsoft owns Halo.
Microsoft buys Call of Duty, and then they buy Halo. Or sorry, not Halo. they buy Bungie, who doesn't even have Halo.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you got?
The one game that they've made outside of Halo in the last 20 years, it was Destiny. And that's
Destiny.
I thought Destiny was Halo.
I find it hilarious.
No.
Which
Destiny shows how much I know.
Which Destiny is kind of a chaotic mess from what I hear, especially when it comes to like the story and lore, because the first game, you apparently had to literally... Oh, Brad's not listening. But you apparently had to go to a website to learn about the lore. You had to look up their little whatever cards to be like, oh, so this is what such and such race did for this event or something. Like, it's not built into the game, so it's just super confusing. And then the multiplayer had its own like issues. I can't speak on them because I never played Destiny in any meaningful capacity, but it's like it's a looter shooter. And then the second game came out, and they're like, dude, what are you doing with this multiplayer? You now have to pay for shaders that have like a one-time use and all this stuff. Like,
no way.
Anyway, the point is, Bungie has like become a shell of their former self ever since they stopped making Halo. It's kind of like how Back 4 Blood came out, and it's like 4 of the bajillion Left 4 Dead devs, but they claim that, oh, it's the creators of Left 4 Dead. But all of the soul is gone, and half of the features, and by features I mean like nuanced little details that add up, are completely missing. And they also screwed up some other things. But yeah, so the idea is Sony spent all this money on what? Like, what are you going to get out of it? And if they're honorable like Microsoft and still honoring their lack of exclusivity on Destiny, then good job. You don't have anything. You have there's no reason besides like, oh, we got new IPs they're going to make for us. Halo ripoff clone number 2.
Microsoft owns Call of Duty, which is literally Control-C, Control-V, put it out in 2023. So.
Oh yeah, but people actually like Call of Duty, and you know, Microsoft can easily whip them into shape and be like, okay, guys, stop hitting Control-V, Control-C, Control-V. But they own more than Call of Duty. They own all of them.
Oh, you mean okay, as in the games haven't changed at all. I thought you were literally saying
they only get slightly
that's
worse.
how people play the games. It's just Control-C, Control-V. I'm like, what?
Those are the controls, yes. Oh,
no, dude, it's
I
all
hit Control-V, quick time event. But yeah, so Sony isn't going to change the face of gaming with this acquisition. Like, if you compare all of the stuff that Microsoft's buying, it's like nothing. And at best, it's like, this is their retaliation. They're saying, here, we'll buy studios now to counteract Microsoft's acquisition.
Which might be a ploy by Sony to try to slow down the accusations against them becoming a monopoly. But it's like, then Microsoft... just because you have two
Microsoft literally can't become a monopoly unless they buy Sony.
We're going to have two superpowers that literally work together under some under the table bullshit. So because it always trickles down like that.
Well,
so now we'll have two
breeds prosperity or whatever the saying is. So like,
but the
competition
competition between two superpowers that own everything under them doesn't.
What about
truly
Nintendo?
make fair.
Is Nintendo collabing?
I'm not
you know,
sure,
like it's
actually.
going to be really hard to get monopoly.
When it comes to like Microsoft and Sony owning everything, though, like they're working on it.
I mean, the difference is that I mean, all this is going to really do is divide the platforms and give you more reasons to buy each platform. And at best, what's going to happen for Microsoft is they'll become the dominant force, and then Sony will become the previous Microsoft, where it's like, oh, they don't have exclusives, so why would you buy a PS5? And then they'll have a rubber banding effect where Sony's going to have to focus on, okay, we got to make good exclusive IPs and buy more studios or something, which probably won't be the case because Sony's already got like their focus on like, we got our own original IPs, we have all these exclusives. But in either case, you know, it just competition makes it better for the consumer.
That's how it's supposed to work.
Anyway, so I guess it's just a rehash of last podcast, but on a much smaller, less impressive scale. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, okay. Let's follow up. Let's follow up with this. Sony boss says to absolutely expect more acquisitions. Yeah, we're gonna totally buy. I legitimately can't come up with a name of it. Konami. Okay.
We're gonna buy Sega.
Ubisoft. Yeah, so I don't know. It's pretty obvious that I the way I see it, I think that gaming companies right now are realizing the metaverse is right around the corner.
I love how that's your focus on everything they're doing.
Well, I think that that's where they're going. I think
you're just such a non-gamer, not a true gamer, that's all you see.
But I would argue, even still, I think that the reason that they're trying to do this is an arms race. This is like the streaming arms race we had that was in slow motion for goddamn ever, that ramped up really quickly at one point, right? I think that we're seeing right now.
Look how much of a monopoly there's on streaming services. Oh wait,
I'm not talking about monopoly. I'm talking about them trying to boost up in preparation for effectively the Cold War of gaming in the metaverse, and people who don't make it up there, with IPs that are going to be hot commodities are going to get left in the dust, right? I think that that's how they see it, whether it's true or not.
Nintendo's so old school and behind the times that they're going to take forever to even be like, what's a metaverse?
I don't know.
But yeah, so clearly this is their retaliation efforts, and this is their putting Xbox on notice.
On notice.